Members, I hope you can hear me clearly. Sumaya, can you hear me? Suma,
Yes.
Okay, good.
I hear.
Okay, good. We're gonna start now. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Hello, and how are you? My name is Muhindo Mubarak, and I welcome you to our to our 18th, if not 17th, I think 18th lecture of creating a complete inventory management system. So we always do 40 minutes, so I'll start our timer. In the previous lecture, we stopped at a place where we had started creating an API, and we had got introduced to Postman, were able to create the login logic, all those stuffs, and even be able to register. All those things we were able to do them. So in this lecture, we're going to start from there and do it and proceed with the next steps. So without wasting much time, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, I have already launched my Visual Studio Code. So I'll go ahead and I've already put there the project. So I'll go ahead and start serving this project. So I'll go ahead and click on I'll expand my terminal, and then after expanding my terminal, I'll go ahead and do it and run PHP artisan serve. So PHP artisan serve. So my project will start serving. Right now, if I come here in the Postman and I try to log in, you can see it is logging me in successfully. The data can go and I can get the pretty data that shows that everything was successful. So in the previous lecture, we stopped at a let me log into the project as well. So I'll go ahead and go to task is sorry I'll go to inventor track, yeah, that which is there. I'll go ahead and log in as company 1 admin. I hope the password is 4321 1234. Oh my god, what was the password? 12345. I have even forgotten the password. I think we shall need to add the logic of forgetting password. All right, so I'll go to the database straight, and then I'll go to inventor track. Sorry about that. And I'll go to users, admin users, which is this one. I can see I have different kind of users. Let me go to the company 1, which is this one, company 2, admin, and then password 1234 4321. Yeah, it is 4321. All right, so that is our dashboard. So previously in our API we started sorry, not this one. In our API we started creating the login, the registration. We started we finished the CRUD of financial periods. We finished also the CRUD of the employees. We also finished the CRUD of the stock category. So it means that we can now proceed from there. So we can use our project to guide us. So we finished this CRUD of financial periods. We finished the employees. We finished stock categories, I hope. Okay. I think we finished even stock categories. You see, we have create, edit, and listing. So maybe we need to put deleting. Maybe that one can be done later. So after that, we're going to put now what? Yeah, let's put deleting. Okay, let's put deleting. Okay, I think we have not been putting deleting, which can be challenging. Okay, let's put the deleting at very last. All right, so let's proceed with stock category finished. So stock subcategories, let's go ahead and do the stock subcategories logic. Okay, So stock subcategories is going to be much more like stock categories. So I can just duplicate this one. So I'll just simply go ahead and duplicate this, and then I'll go ahead and rename this one as what? As stock subcategories. Okay, so the create stock subcategory. So instead of sending here the mode of stock subcategory of stock category, so I'm going to go ahead and send the model. I'm going to go ahead and send the stock subcategory model. So I'll come here and then I'll come to models. Do you have the stock subcategory? Stock subcategory model is here. So I'm just going to copy this stock subcategory model. After copying it, I'll go ahead and add it here. Okay, so after doing that, let's go ahead and now see what you're going to include in the body. Okay, so here we're on the create. Okay, create of the stock subcategory. So what you're going to include in the body, so I'll first go to the database and see what is in the stock subcategory table. So I'll come here to stock subcategory table, and then I'll go ahead and copy these these columns of this stock subcategory. Okay, so I can just come and first paste them here. I just create a new file and paste them there. Okay, so let's go ahead and add there one by one. So I'll go ahead and change this one to bulk edit. You see, you can even change to bulk edit from here, switch. Okay, so let me change to bulk edit. I'll just copy all of them and then paste them here. So let me remove all of this one and I paste them, the table columns here. So I'm going to remove the one that we don't need and then leave the one that we need by just dummy. So I'll come here, ID, we don't need it to be generated by the what? It will be generated by the what? By the to be generated by the system. So created art, we don't need it to be generated by the system. I'll remove also updated art. Company ID, this one can also be maybe generated by the system, but for now let us submit it. So let us see on the stock categories, we're adding company ID. So I think we're adding it. No, I think that logic is already being done from what? From the model itself. Let's see the stock subcategory. I think we shall need to send it. Okay, so company ID. So I'll come here to stock subcategory where it is here, company ID. Okay, so I need company ID. So company ID, how can we get it? We can get, of course, from the someone who is logged in. So it's stock subcategory here, right? So let's go ahead and get the company ID. So in our variables, do you have company ID? I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and check in our environment, our event track, variables. We don't have company ID. We can add it because it can also be changing. So let us go ahead and add company ID. So company ID, we can see from our database on the table of users, on user who has ID number 10. In my case here, I want to see his company ID. So I'll come here to admin users and look for a user who had ID 10 here, and then I can get his company ID. I think it is this one. Okay, this one here. So user number 10, his company ID is 7. So for now, let me put there 7. Okay, so let's go ahead and substitute this 7 in our variable. So this is the environment. I've just put 7 there, and then I'll come back here to our create variable, and then I can switch back to models. So I come here where there is company ID and I substitute there the company ID like this. Okay, so it will be substituted there. Let me go back to bulk edit. Okay, I'll come here to stock category. So the parent category of this stock, it must also be added. So I can come here and cheat. I can get here the stock categories just for the matter of testing. I can get the stock categories and I look for the stock category whose company ID is 7. Okay, so I can see here have many stock categories which have company ID 7. For example, I can pick this 4. So it's going to be the parent category when you're demonstrating. So it's B4. So the name of this subcategory, I can say maybe test subcategory, like this. So after, I can go ahead and get the description of this category. So I can say maybe some details about this subcategory. The status, I can set it to be active. I think status we are having active or not active, so I can make this one active. Okay. The image, I can leave this image for now. We shall work on this logic later. The image, you need to work on this logic of images. Yeah, I think we're going to work on that logic of images. Okay. Yeah, we're going to work on this logic of images, but let's first leave it for now. I'm going to come back for it. Okay, so buying price, I can put maybe a buying price. This will be set by the system of the store category, and then selling price will be set by the system, and also expected profit, it will be set by the system, and profit. So all these ones, maybe measuring unit, we shall maybe put kgs, and then current quantity will be generated by the system. Reorder level, I can say maybe 10, and then in stock, this one will also be generated by the system. So those are the fields that we need, and according as far as my mind is my understanding is concerned. So these are the fields that we need in order to do what, to create a what store category. So let's go ahead and submit. So you can click a submit. When I click on submit, I can see stock subcategory created successfully. You can see the test stock subcategory has been created successfully, and it is not in stock. So right now, let's go ahead and do what? Let's go ahead and see if it was really uploaded. I mean, let's go ahead and see if it was really added to the stock subcategory table. So if I come here to stock subcategory table, here you can see that what? Let's refresh. You can see that the stock subcategory, it has been created here. The only thing, the image was not uploaded. All right, so I'm going now to show you how we upload images. Okay, I'm going to show you how we upload images, and then we learn once and for all. So let's face it. So when you create stock subcategory, you should be able maybe to add even the image, something like that. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to go ahead and create a separate I'm going to go ahead and create a separate model that I'm going to use. I'm going to create a separate endpoint that we're going to use for file uploading. So we can use that one for practicing, and then after we come and implement it here in other things or in other uploads. So let's do that. Let's begin. So I'll come here let me close everything first. Close all. Okay, so let me come here and create a new folder for file upload. Okay. So I can create a folder maybe I can call it common or others. So I'm going to put here the logic for uploading an image. So I can come here and say maybe file uploading. So I can say image uploading. All right, so of course the image must accept the post. So I can just simply put here post, and then I'm going to put our endpoint. So halfway it's going to be an endpoint. So it's not going to be in API. We can make it something separate. I can call it maybe file uploading. That's going to be our endpoint for uploading image. So this endpoint, it will be accepting one image per time for now. However, you can do the logic of uploading even multiple images. So in the body, I'm going to go ahead and put form data. So here what we do, we put what we call file name. Okay, file name. I mean the file name, the key name. Okay, so I can go ahead and put here maybe photo, and then here I change the type to file. So you change the type here to file, then you'll be able to select a file. So to select a file, I can just simply come here, say new from the local machine, then let me come here and just select some random file. Let me say this file. All right, let me say this file. Okay, I selected. All right, so this endpoint, of course, it's not existing for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and create it. So if I try to send, of course, it's going to send me an error that this endpoint does not exist. You see, not found. So let's just put here maybe how I should accept JSON. So if I try to submit, we'll see the error is file uploading, API stroke file uploading is not found. So let's go back and now start creating this logic of uploading image. So I'll come here to our API route. Okay, so I'm going to create the logic for image uploading. Okay, so let's go ahead and just come here. I'll just duplicate one of these guys. I'll just put here image uploading, file uploading, and then I change this method to post. Then I can come to this API controller and I go ahead and create a method that is going to handle the image uploading like this. So let me go ahead and call this and file uploading. So I'll come here and put file uploading. So in this file uploading, I'm going to put here die and say maybe time to upload file like this. So when I save like this, at least I should be able to see that it is throwing this and show that it's time to upload file. So let's go ahead and try and send the request. You'll see a few arguments. Okay, what are they saying? They're saying okay, what is the error? The error is saying too few arguments passed to file uploading. All right, let's see. File uploading, it is here, it is post. Okay, sorry, I have to remove this model. Maybe I can keep only the request. That's now that comes. So everything is in time to upload file. So we're going to work on the logic of uploading file. So we are just going to upload file using like normal PHP. So let us first see our file are being uploaded in the folder of image. In the folder of image stroke they are being uploaded in the folder of images stroke what stroke this. So I mean in the folder of storage stroke images. So our folder of storage, where is it? Let's first determine where our folder of storage is. So our folder of storage is here in public storage, then images. That is where our images are being uploaded. So I'm going to work on the logic to make sure that I can get this path of or this destination of where the images are. So to do that, I'll first get what we call the root. Okay, so the base or the root, something like that. So to get the root, All right, so you can see here Laravel is making it simple. So I just simply get the file that is being uploaded. So you can see the file that is being uploaded. It is this one. It's called photo. Okay, it's called photo. All right, so after getting the photo, I go ahead and check if it is not null. So if it is null, I can go ahead and say the photo does not exist. So I send back the error, file is required. Okay, so this is how we get it. And then if it is already there, I'll go ahead and get the file name. So this file name should be random. So I just simply say file name equals to time, and then I put underscore. So this time is going to be like a timestamp, and then I get the file the file original path like this. So just write file client origin like this, original name. So it will get the original name of of the file, and then concatenate it there. However, the original name can have spaces, can have something like that, can have spaces. Okay, so let me just get the extension. So this is how you get the extension. This is how you get the file extension. Okay, so after getting the file extension, so file name is equal to time, then I concatenate there the file extension. You see, I get this time. Maybe I can also add some random between maybe 1000 and 100. I mean between like 1000 and 10,000, and then I add there this dot. Okay, so you make sure that you add there the dot so the extension can be added. So I'm getting sorry, let me explain this properly. So here I get the file extension after checking that it is not null. After getting the file extension, I make sure that it is not null. Okay, and then after I get the file the time. Okay, I get the time. Okay, so after getting the time, to make sure that it is unique, I concatenate there some random values. Okay, and then after I concatenate the full stop so it can have the dot, and then I concatenate there the extension. And then after I call this Laravel method of file move, and then I say public path, and then I say uploads. So I mean, instead of putting uploads here, our files, you can see they are being moved in storage stroke images. So I have to put here storage stroke images like that, so that the file can come here in the images folder like this. Okay, so that's how it's just a public path, then you pass storage stroke images, then here the second parameter you pass now the file name like this. So after it is successful, we send back the the file. So maybe you can say maybe now the URL equals, so I remove the storage because you can see now in database the storage is not there. So equals maybe storage, and then I concatenate there the file name. Okay, so that will be our URL, and then we just say success, and then you pass the URL. So you can pause this video, you can pause this and see how I've just designed this function, and then file will be uploaded successfully. So now I upload, you see our images, their file uploaded successfully under images, then stroke this. So if you come here to public and then you come to images, we should be able to see it. It is not there. Let's try to delete this. Okay, public stroke images, stroke storage, stroke images. I hope I'm writing the images properly. Let's try to move it again. It's showing success, but it's not going there. Let me try to see if it is where it is going. It is not uploading it. All right, let's see what could be the issue. Let me first get the public path. let me first die with public path and I see how it looks like. So it is there, stroke public. Okay, let's add their storage. Stroke. So I have to, oh sorry, I think I have to add here storage like this. So you see, this is where the image is supposed to go. Inventor track, stroke public, stroke storage, stroke images. All right, so that's where it's supposed to go. Now let's go ahead and sorry, so I'll just come and say I add this here. Okay, let's make sure that everything is okay. So that is the path, inventor track, web, stroke public, stroke storage, stroke images. All right, now let's go ahead and try to add it there. So I'll first remove this. I'll just remove this. Just say file move from this, to this destination, okay? And then I say should have this file name, okay? Then this save, successful. Let me copy this, and I see it really went there. Why it's not going there? If I put the uploads going there. I think this storage, if I put storage only, this storage is under git ignore. I think it is going there. It is going there, but you see it is coming, but I'm not seeing it because it is under git ignore. Yeah, it has been going there. It has been going there. Let's observe here. Let's just come here to, let me reveal this one in Finder. So if you come to images, you see it has been going there, only that it is under git ignore. That's why I wasn't able to see it. So let's try to zoom. You can see the images there. It has been going, only that I was not seeing it. Let me delete all the images. Okay, let's try to upload again. So we want it to go to storage stroke images. Okay, that's where I want to go. Okay, like this. So you can pause the video and see that. So if I try to upload, let's try to upload, send, successful. So you can see it is here. You see, it is this one. So it is uploading successfully. So make sure that it is uploading. Okay, so you can pause the video and see. So I'm going to make my what? I'm going to make my function, my function that I'll just be giving a file, and then it works that logic of uploading. So I just don't worry about these things again and again. Okay, so let's do that in utils. So let us go to utils and just create maybe file upload. Okay, so just simply come and put here public static function file upload. Okay, it will be receiving a file. Okay, then it will have this logic. Just Laravel, Copilot has done it for me. So if it is error, it will throw file is required. If it is not, if everything is okay, it will go ahead and upload and then return me the what? The URL. Okay. So if it is an error, I can just return just an empty string. Okay. If it does not exist, return an empty string like this. So this is a file upload, a static function that I'll be using for file uploading. So if I want to upload the file, I'll just simply go and call utils and say so let me first check if it is like, let me just call utils, so I can just say path equals to utils upload file, and I just pass this file, so I can check if it is null. I mean, if empty is empty, if the path is empty, I just say file not uploaded. If it is successful, I just send back the path as success. Let's try this method. Send file not uploaded. So suppose here our file name is photo. You see, our file name is photo. Right, so I have put here photo. So try to send. You see, file uploaded successfully. So you can see here our file has uploaded successfully, and if you come to your uploads, you'll find there. So we'll be just using this method. We'll be using this method to upload photos, something like that. All right. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to add this logic in our update and setting logic. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. I will come here to our API. So this is just an independent for uploading photos separately, so you can see it is working properly. So let's go ahead and add this kind of logic in our API. So as I told you, you can do it in your own way, but for me, I am just sharing with you my techniques that can make your life really, really simple. So I'm going to add these two on the on create and also on the on update. So let's come here to on create, here on creating. So here before saving, you are going to check. So we're going to check if you are going to check if there is something called photo, or can say maybe image field. Okay, so can say maybe temp image field or something like that, something that is unique that you cannot use. So we'll be checking if this is set, then we shall know that hey, someone wants to upload a file. Okay, so it will be a unique field, and then we'll be just dynamically using it to upload a file. So this unique field, will be using it to dynamically send the name where the file that has been uploaded should be saved. Okay, so let's go ahead, and you can call it something that is very unique that you'll not use anywhere. So let us call it temp image file, okay, or temp image field, something like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check if it's set. If temp image field is set, then I'll know that someone wants to do what, to upload a file. So let's go ahead and do that. So I can say if, check if it's set. So I can say if temp image field is set, you see, I check if it is set in the request. At the same time, I check if it is having some string. Okay, if strlen of that temp image field is more than maybe, let's say maybe like 2 at least, okay, then we can know that okay, someone wants to upload a file. So let's go ahead and now check if the file is there. So we'll first check if this temporary field is image field is not empty. At the same time, we're again checking if it is not if it is having a string greater than 0. Then we shall know okay, someone is sending an image. Okay, or you can call it file fields, since you may need to use this for a file even, something like that. So to be like kind of very independent. So after doing this too, we make sure that it is having a string more than 1, and then at the same time it is not null. Then we shall check another again and see if there is a photo that has been sent. So how do you check the photo that has been sent? We shall use this logic. Okay, this logic. So we just simply say if if, so I can say maybe file equals to that. Then I check if this file is not null, because we have to check everything. If this file is not null, then I go ahead and upload this file. So if it is not null or the file of photo, I go ahead and upload the file of photo. So after I check, so I may need to surround this one by, so by default I may make this path to be empty. Okay, so I go ahead and check if I may need to surround this one with try and catch, because some errors can happen and then mess up with everything. So try and catch. Okay, and catch. So if it is fails, I reset it back to what? 0. Then after, so try catch like this. Okay, so I go ahead and check if strlen of this path or the image file is more than 3. At least an image should be having more than 3 length, of course. So I'll go ahead and add there the photo, okay, on the object that is being uploaded. You see, I'm adding this photo on the object before it is being saved. Okay, so however, I don't know what is the name of the photo, so this is why I needed this what we call temporary file field. Okay, so in simple terms, in this temporary file field, will be just sending the name of this photo, of the photo that is being uploaded, or the name of the field that is being uploaded, where the image should be saved on the database. So I can say maybe now the name of this field, so I can say maybe field name equals to this temporary photo. So I go ahead and put this field name here like this. So I put with the $sign, remember, so that the name as it was sent, it should be substituted here. Then I reset this one as well. Okay, I unset it. Okay, I think we already skipped it if it was there. So that is it, like this. So it means that this field name will be substituted here if it is there, and then the path will come and be added on this object. If these all are successful, let me just repeat it again. So here we shall be sending the file name according to this dynamic logic. We shall be sending the field name, okay, and then we go ahead and send and make sure that this field name is not null, so it makes sure that it's set and is having maybe a string that is more than 1, or to make sure that it's not empty. Then if it's not empty, I go ahead and check if the file of photo was sent by getting the file of photo, and then I check if the form or the file photo was really added in the form by checking if it is not null. If it is not null, I go ahead and reset maybe the path of this image or this photo or this file to be nothing, and then after I try and upload that photo. Is our timer still there? Yeah, we have 2 minutes. I go ahead and upload this photo. So after successful uploading, I go ahead and check if this photo is having a string more than 2. If so, it has more than 2, I get the field that was sent to us where the photo should be saved on the database. I put it here, and then I get the object that is about to be saved here, and I attach there the field name and attach there the photo that has been uploaded. So by doing like this, the photo will be uploaded. Let's try it. So you can see I've put this method inside the what? Inside our my update what? My update logic. So we have my update. Do you have also create? I think my update is the one that does all of them. Okay, so I put it there. So if I come here to API, I will have a post for my update only, I think, here. So all the logic we put it there. So by doing like this, you'll have even added the logic of uploading images into your project dynamically. So let's go ahead and try this now. So in our product category, this one, so you can see our image is being saved under images here. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy this image. So we come back now to our create product category, and then add the image. We add the file. So I'll come here and change this one to file. So the file should always have the name called photo. So I'll go ahead and add the photo now. Let's go ahead and select the photo from our system. Let me say this one. I add that photo. Then one more thing that we must add, a more thing, is now where should this photo be saved on the database? Something that we're going to save here in the what? In the temp file field. Okay, so I'll come here, temp file field. So this photo should be saved in the field called image, like this. So by doing like this, you'll have added the logic of image uploading in your what? In your dynamic photo. You see? Let me push down here and just understand. I hope you can see that. Okay, I hope you can see that. So this will tell where this image should be saved. This one is where just we're uploading the image. Okay, so let's go ahead and send. So let's see. You see, everything is successful, and you can see in our image the photo has been added there. You see? So if I come here to our logic, we come here and refresh. So can you see this latest product? Where the latest product number 5, you can see the image has been added there. You see, that is so beautiful. So you will not need to worry again how to upload image or how to do what. You just do it only one time, and you can upload as many images as you want. Okay, so you can also write the logic of maybe uploading maybe multiple images, something like that. But for now, one field, one form, and one image. So this is going to work on the rest of the the system. All right, let's finish the edit and then we call it a day. We go to another lecture. So this was create. So edit is going to just look like what? Like creating, only that we shall need to specify the ID. So come here to edit. So I'll come here to body. Okay, so I'll go ahead and specify the ID. So we shall just simply add the ID. So let me come here to create and come to our form. Okay, our form, and then come here and make it bulk edit. Okay, let me copy everything in this form, and then I can put it back here. So make sure that the image is remaining, otherwise it will be removed. Okay, if you want to keep it there. All right, so I've copied that. I'll come here to edit. So I'll come here to bulk and change this one and put there. So I can switch back. Okay, I can switch back. So the only thing that you have to add here to make it an edit field, I can just simply put ID, and I put for example, the ID of something that's already existing, which is 5. And then I also make sure that I put the correct endpoint. So I'll come here, copy this endpoint, and come and put it here. So that is the logic of updating. So let me come here to image field, should be image, and then I go ahead and change this one to file and see if the file can be also edited. So let's go ahead and upload and attach there some file. Let me pick this one, and then let me submit. So when I submit, what are they saying? Incorrect what? Value for column reorder level. Okay, so reorder level. Oh, you can see here in reorder level is where we put the file. That's so crazy. The order level is supposed to be an integer, something like this. The file was supposed to come here, so it's going to be just text, and then the file is supposed to come here. Yeah. All right, I think now everything should be all right. Okay, so the order level maybe 12. So you see everything is okay. I can remove this image field like this. Okay, sorry. This one is supposed to have the name of the image, is going to be, let me remove this one, it's going to be text, and then the name where the image should be saved is image. Then one more field called photo, which is going now to be the image itself, like this. Yep, I think now that's okay. I think that's now okay. Okay, and then one more important thing is to put the ID to make sure that it's editing. So submit, you see, uploaded it successfully, and then you can see here it has been updated. So this is the new file for number 5. So if I come here and refresh, so okay, was it updated successfully? It's a new file. Yeah, you can see the new file name is there. So everything is all right. Okay, everything is all right. So if I come and refresh here, you can see that's the new file that has been uploaded. Okay, so it means that even the edit is working. Then let's just finalize with the list. So let's just send this subcategory and then add it here like this. So when I send, you see listed successfully, and then the list is there very well, the list of subcategories. So that is best way of how you can productively create your dynamic API. That is a very powerful technique that you can hardly get anywhere. All right, so I'll save, and then let's meet in the next session. All right, we'll start our second session. So I've just shown you how you upload images. Then let's start the second session of our lecture. Hello and how are you? My name is Muhindo and I welcome you to our 19th lecture of creating a complete inventory management system. We always do 40 minutes and I'll start our timer. In a previous lecture, we stopped at the logic of creating uploading an image, and then we learned a very powerful technique of how to do what? Of how to upload images. So in this lecture, we're going to proceed from there and we see what we can do with the API. Remember, we are creating the API. So I hope in the previous lecture we were able to do the whole logic of uploading the image. If you were not able, please pause the videos and rewatch very carefully in order for you to understand everything that we've been elaborating. So without wasting any minute, let's go straight into our today's business. So you know we are following our menu, and we finished the stock category, and I think we should just proceed to company profile editing, and then after doing that we proceed to stock items, and then stock records, and then that will be all. All right, so let's go ahead and do the company profiling editing. So I've finished all these from bottom up to here. Let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, so let's do the company profile editing. So this one is just, most of it will be just for editing, not creating, because we create the company only one time, so it will be like editing only. Maybe the listing, I don't think we need do we need the listing? I don't think we do. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me first test something small here. Yeah, yeah, we don't we cannot list it, of course. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's add the company editing logic. Let's try to test the company editing logic. So just simply I think that will definitely be there because you don't need it for now. That one will definitely be there. Only we need my profile. Okay, my profile, because you'll need to get your profile updates. Okay, all right, we'll do that one at the very last point. Okay, let's first proceed to the stock items and then stock categories to make sure that they are working properly, and then we see if we can publish our project today online. So stock items, so I'll just simply come here and duplicate this stock subcategory because it has almost everything. So I'll just come and duplicate this one and then come here and rename this one to stock items. Okay, so stock items, and then here the create of stock items, I'll come and get stock item controller, which is this one. Okay, I'm getting stock item controller. I'll come and paste it here. Okay, pasting it there. Let's go ahead and get the form fields. So I'll come here, I can remove all these, no problem. We can create new ones. Let's remove everything here. Okay, in the body, let's go ahead and get the stock item fields. So I'll come here to our tables. Okay, stock item here. Let's get the form field. So I'll just come and copy these form fields here on top here like this. After copying them, Ctrl C, I'll come and paste them here. Okay, and then do Ctrl S so it can format them for me. So I'm going to remove one by one the one that I don't need. So let's go ahead and remove text. I don't need this one. ID, I don't need it. Created that, I don't need it. Updated that, I don't need it. Company ID, I need it. So I can put here company ID. I hope I got it right. Let's see. Company ID, it has been substituted there. Let me go back to bulk. Created by, I think that is one is also okay. So I can just put here user underscore ID. I hope that's a variable, so I hope we have it. Let's see. Yes, we have it. Let's proceed. Subcategory. So let's see subcategory for subcategory. Subcategory for ID number 7, for example, this 5. So I can put 5. Okay, so this is category ID. So subcategory, I don't think that we need category ID because this one is being worked upon in the model itself. I hope so. Let's go ahead and check. So it's stock item. I think on creating we don't send the category ID stock item. Really? Okay, let's go ahead and send it, no problem. So if we have subcategory as 5, we can get its category ID, which is category ID. So category 5, category is 4. So I can put here 4. All right. Financial period, this one should be generated, it should be collected from that. I hope. Is it being? Yeah, it is being added here on the prepare, I think. Yeah, and we call this prepare on creating. So it is being added, the financial whatever. So this one you can get rid of it because it will be added by the system. So I can say maybe test. Can put the test. What the hell? What's going on? Okay, test stock item description, maybe some, oh my god, this thing is loading slowly. All right, postman is having some issues. Some details. All right, then image. So this image, you're going to do the same logic. So I can just remove this, cut this image. So let me just come here and say this is where we are, right? So photo, yeah, this is where we are. Okay, so I have photo, which is file, and then we can get here some file that is going to be uploaded for demonstration purposes. Okay, and then remember to put our temporary file name. Okay, how did we call it? Can get it from here. Temp file field. So I'll just come and add it here. Temp file field. So the image should be saved in the image field. All right, let's go back. Okay, barcode. Let me just put here some barcode. Hey, this postman is delaying. I don't know what is causing that. What is going on? Sorry about that. Postman is kind of delaying. I don't know if I should restart postman. I don't know that it will not delete my things. All right. Okay, so it's back. So barcode. Let me put just some random. Oh my god. I just put some random fields. I don't know why postman is doing this. That's so bad. Okay. So SKU. Let me just put the SKU here. All right. Generate SKU. I can put manual. Why is that? Is it because of the file upload? Okay, so SKU, gallery, that will be for the photos. Let me remove this one. Buying price, 10,000. Selling price, 12,000. Oh, 8,000. Original quantity 10. I can say maybe 15. Current quantity, it will be generated, so I can remove it. Photo, and then the temporary field name. I think that's all we need. Okay, let's go ahead and submit. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's okay. So created successfully, and you can see the photo has come properly. Okay, so that is beautiful. All right, that is it. So to edit, we just, let me delete this guy, and then just duplicate this, create, and then change this one to what? To edit. Sorry, change this title to edit. Let me submit. So it has created successfully. I just get its ID, it's number 4. So to change this one to edit, I just simply add ID. That's all. ID number 4. So you can see here, created successfully. When I just add the ID number 4, it's just going to do the logic updated successfully. That is so beautiful. And then the list, of course, we just simply add their stock item. Don't you see how that is so powerful and beautiful and nice? Imagine we would have repeated ourselves to do all this logic, and the listing is working very perfectly. That is so beautiful. Let's proceed. So make sure that you're able to achieve that as well. We proceed to what? We proceed to stock records. So stock records. Yep, of course. Let's do this. So we're going to begin by duplicating this one. Duplicate. And then come and rename this one. And then call it stock record. So after doing that, let's go ahead and get the stock record model. Okay, so stock record model, that is it. Then I'll come and do what? And come and put it here. Stock record model. Okay, so create. We go ahead and get the fields of stock record. Stock record model, which is here. Just go ahead and copy all the fields. Then come here to create and then click on what? On bulk edit, just select all and then paste these new ones. Let's remove unnecessary things. So ID, we don't need it. Created that, we don't need updated, don't need it. Company ID. So you just press Ctrl S in order it should organize them for you. In order for them to organize company ID, open Tata, put Tata like that. Stock item. So let's get this last stock item that is being given out. Stock item number 4. Okay, so I can put there stock item 4. Okay, stock category, this will be generated. Stock subcategory will be generated from the creating. Created by, let's send user underscore ID. SKU, that will be generated. Name, it will be generated. Measurement unit will be generated. Description, here maybe some testing. Record type, let's see the types that we have here. Stock record controller. So I come here to type. So I can put here cell, for example. Record type, cell. Quantity, maybe I can say 2. Selling price, I think selling price is generated, right? Yeah. Total sales, this is also generated. Profit generated. Financial year generated. I think that's all. Let's try to create. Success. It has been created successfully. All right. Let's go ahead and do what? Let's go ahead. Though I'm seeing here profit is negative. I don't know how that was calculated. Okay, because the selling price is less than the buying price. Yeah, that is okay. So let's go ahead and do the edit. Do you even need to do the edit of the stock record? I don't think we need to. So you can just duplicate this, create. This was an ID of 6. So just duplicate this guy and then call this edit, and then I just simply come to body and add the ID of, for example, let me remove this photo. Where is this photo coming from? Just add the ID of 6. Send updated successfully. That is beautiful. Then we come to listing, put there the list. Okay, then it has listed successfully. All right, that is so nice. Okay, that's all. I think that's all. So we have finished everything here. I finished everything here. Okay, so now lastly, yeah, we're going to put now the manifest. Okay, where we can send now the person who is logged in, last information. We can send the roles of person, and also where we can send now the company profile, something like that. All right, so I'm going to do that. Let's do that. We're going to call it manifest, or maybe me, or maybe company information, or maybe information, something like that. So we shall keep on fetching that information to update a logged in user with general information. I always call it manifest. So you can call it anything that you want. Okay, so I'll add it maybe here in the authentication. So I just simply come here. Okay, let's duplicate this finance. Okay, and then I just drag and drop this one here. All right, so I come and rename this one to maybe manifest. So this will be sending like everything that is about someone who is logged in. So I remove it under API. Maybe I can say it's me, something like that. So it's stroke me should be able to send you your information. Okay, so I'll come here to let me just call say maybe stroke manifest. I'm just showing you that you can do anything that you want. Okay, manifest like this. So let's go ahead and create in the API. We go ahead and add this thing called manifest. It's going to be a get. Manifest like this. Okay, so come here and duplicate this guy. Okay, so just come put this one, call it manifest, so it will not expect anything. I just put only one thing there. So you can see Copilot is trying to give me a manifest hint. All right, just this is a method. Okay, forget about Copilot. So I get the person is logged in. After getting the person is logged in, I go ahead and get something called data. Okay, so this data we can put Copilot is crazy. All right, yeah. So okay, so this is the manifest that we're going to be sending back to someone. All right, so name of the project, inventor track. Okay, so maybe the short name IMS. Okay, so this version, maybe we only need to show. Okay, name of the project, inventor track system. So that's the name of the project. Short name, IT, description, inventory management system, version 1.00. So this one we can even send the version. Okay, author, Muhindo. So you can put there your name, don't put mine, because you may like to copy and end up copy everything. Okay, so let's get the person who is logged in. So I can say user who is logged in, we get this user. Let's get here also roles. Okay, roles of this user equals to yeah, something like that. Admin roles. Is it how you get roles? I don't know. I hope that's the table. I hope that's the table, and I hope those are the roles. I hope if you still remember. So also put there his roles. Okay, what else do we need? Maybe his company information of someone who's logged in, company information. So this will even be able to send the reorder level, such kind of stuff. Okay. So you can go ahead and maybe say out of stock items, so you can get things that are out of stock for this company. So here where in stock is no, I can just simply use stock subcategory, where company ID is that. Okay, where company ID is that, and in stock is no. Okay, and also maybe you can put also status. Okay, can get only the active one, status active, and you get those items. So this manifest can be really heavy if you're not careful. All right, let's just send those ones. I think that is okay. Or maybe you can add some summary in future. Let's just send this for now. Okay, so in this manifest, we are just literally getting the user's roles, the company information, and also maybe the person who is logged in, and then we wrap them in this kind of data, and then we boom, send back that information. So this is the thing that we'll be checking if someone is logged in, and then you keep checking if the roles of someone has been elevated, if the app version, if there's a new version, something like that. Okay, so how do you get this? It is stroke me, where is it? Stroke manifest, and then we are able to send back. We get the user who is logged in and then send this kind of information. So let's go ahead and try it. You see, it is successful. It is successful. See, it is sending back like very important information. So the currency and the what, we shall be using these ones. Okay, so I think that's it. For the API. So that is how we create an API. Let me see the time. We are remaining 15 minutes. So I'm going to use these 15 minutes to teach you how you upload your project, how you deploy your project. I'm going to teach you how you deploy your project. So get ready. All right. So make sure that you don't give up. Just make sure that the challenges that you're facing, you face them like a man or like a woman, whoever I believe in that is stronger. Face them like a stronger person. Okay, and make sure that you don't give up, because all these things are really possible. And when you make like 5 projects of this kind, you'll end up finding yourself understanding things. And when you make like 10 projects, when you make 20 projects of this kind, you'll find that things are now connecting. So you may not get everything in the first project, but when you keep on making the project, let's say that you do 10 different challenges of this kind of projects, you'll end up becoming powerful. Just give you a challenge and do 20 of them and tell me what will be the result. It can take you 1 year, it can take you 2 years, but you'll definitely be better than someone who did not try to face these kind of challenges and watch these boring tutorials, all that kind of stuff. But after 20 years, after like 2 years, you will be able to start facing different kind of projects, and at the end of the day, you will be that kind of a person that they can put in a room with no internet, with no anything, and you're able to create something with your own fingers from zero, something that was not existing. And that's the only way you can equip yourself and make yourself really valuable, where you'll be needed to make these kind of solutions. So don't give up. So that's it for our API. So you can see that's my API. So make sure that you save. So even if you log out, even if you have your team members, you can be able to log into your Postman, and then you'll be able to get everything that we've been using, that we've been implementing. So let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and update my project. So completed. So I can put on my GitHub and say completed. So I push on GitHub. Okay. So in the next lecture, I think we're going to use the last 15 minutes now to learn how to deploy this project. How do you put the project on cPanel? How do you make our project public? So I hope you're ready to do this with me. Let's do this. Okay, so let's do the very last session and we learn, so that if we finish deploying our project on internet, now the next lecture will be now, maybe the lecture of tomorrow will be now how to start creating the mobile application with the API that we have just created. All right, I'll go ahead and stop the video and then start the very last lecture of creating of how do we deploy the project. Hello and how are you? My name is Muhindo and I welcome you to our 20th lecture of creating a complete inventory management system. So we have so far achieved 2 milestones. First one is creating a complete dashboard of an inventory management system that is functioning, and then the second milestone is to create an API, a complete API that is dynamic and powerful, that even supports image uploading. There are 2 main milestones. So the next milestone is how we deploy this project on internet. Let's say that you've been tasked to deploy this project on internet. How do you deploy your project on internet? This is what we're going to achieve in this lecture. So without wasting much time, let's go ahead and start our timer and start our today's business. All right, so let's get started. So this is our project. Where do we begin from? So this is inventory track. This is our project. So make sure that it is well updated. So you go ahead and push it on GitHub. Okay, push it on GitHub. So I'm just showing you the most effective way of how you deploy projects. You push it on GitHub and then you go to your dashboard or your cPanel and then you pull. Okay, so this is very powerful compared to what? To the way how we do it it is very powerful compared to the way how we used to do it with FTP. All right, so I'll go ahead and make sure that my project is updated on GitHub and well published on GitHub. So if it's not there, please watch the video of how we publish the project on GitHub. So if I click on, if I right click here and then I say view on GitHub, it should be able to take me to the GitHub. All right, so the first thing that we're going to begin is the hosting. Where are you going to host your project? Okay, so there are so many hostings in whatever country you are. So if you're in Uganda, just simply search host how to, maybe buy hosting, or can say buy web hosting in Uganda. So you can replace this word Uganda with your own country. Okay, if you're in Gambia, if you're in Japan, if you're in Bangladesh, if wherever you are, just say buy web hosting, then put your web count in your country. So once you do that, these first search results, they are international hosting, whereby you may need a card. So you can go ahead and use these ones that are there. However, if you scroll down, you'll see now the web hosting in your respective country. For example, see here web hosting in Uganda. So if I open this one, I'll be able to see the web hosting that are in my particular country. So if you say in Gambia, if you say in Cameroon, if you say in Kenya, you'll be able to see them. So after, you can go ahead and put there your order by just simply putting there the domain that you want, and then search. So the orders of placing a web hosting they are very straightforward. For example, for here, I'll just simply come here and say web hosting, and it may look, the steps may look different, but they are similar. And then say get started, and then after clicking get started, I believe they'll get me. So I choose here my package. So it should be in your currency, in whatever country that you want. So for example, if I want this one, so this is my 1 GB hosting, and then so according to the money that I will afford, so I can go ahead and say order. So when I say order, they'll put a place where I can put my name, my email, and then my phone numbers and the message, and then I send. So when I send, they'll receive this order. So once they receive the order, they will either call me. So if I cannot wait, I can as well call them on these phone numbers. I say, hey guys, I want hosting, and I've submitted my order. After doing that, they will say, okay, you pay us. So you'll pay them in whatever means. So since it is in need within your country, you may not even need the card. You can send them the money through the mobile banking, like using the mobile money. Here in Uganda, we call it mobile money. In Kenya, they use M-Pesa, or in whatever country that you're in. You go ahead and send them the money. So once you send them the money, they'll create for you a hosting with your domain, and then they give you the what? They give you the logins that you log in and access your cPanel. So these things may look different, okay? They may look different, but the end results, after you have paid whatever hosting that you've chosen, the money, they'll give you what you call the cPanel logins. So in that cPanel, it is where everything is going to look the same and the steps are going to look the same. So you can use your country-based hosting. You can use even the international hosting if you have like a Visa card or a MasterCard. So you go ahead and purchase the hosting. It is really simple steps. You'll see here, this is called .ug. This one that has like extension of your country. This is called webstar.ug. This one is called Jubilee host. This is also Uganda based. So in whatever country that you are, you can begin with the local hosting of your own country, and then when they give you the domain, and after you've paid, they'll give you the domain and they look at the cPanel. Everything that you access, of course, will be like in public in whatever country. It'll be able to get your system. So for me, I always use I'm comfortable with the hosting that I always use. It's called Hosting Bangladesh. They have a very stable hosting services. I've used them for like 4 years. I've never regretted. It's like 5 years, more than 5 years. I've never regretted. So they have very good services. So you can as well use this. Okay, just come here and then you pay them by using a card if you're not in this country called Bangladesh. So it's what I use because I started from this country. So I discovered them, and they really offer very good services. It's what I use, and this is their hosting. So after you've come to this hosting or whatever hosting that you chose, after you've purchased, so make sure that you pause the video and follow the steps. Please go ahead and purchase by following the steps that I've clearly explained, and then they'll give you the logins. Okay, so I'll come here and log in. For example, me, I've already purchased here. So even if you use this one, the steps are just the same. You put there your domain and then go ahead and purchase. So for me, I've already purchased on this particular hosting, and this is where I log in from. So I'll go ahead and log in and place in my login information. So I assume that right now you paused the video, you went through the purchasing, you called those guys on their phone numbers, and then you paid them, they created for you a domain and hosting, and they have sent you the logins. So I hope this is the point where you are, or I hope at this moment you already know everything about hosting, and you already have even the logins. You have maybe some hosting that you're going to use for testing. So after, I'll go ahead and log in for my case. So please go ahead and also log in. Okay, so the interface may look the same, but as I told you, our endpoint is going to be what called the cPanel. So I'll go ahead and click on services. This is my services, and then this is one of my service that I hold with these guys. So I'm going to click here to log into cPanel. Okay, so this is where the whole story starts from. So whatever hosting that you purchase with, they should give you the logins for this place, okay, of the logins of an interface that is going to look like this one. So now you'll have to ask yourself, why have I purchased this hosting? Have I purchased this mainly for this project, or this is just a hosting that I'm going to use maybe for multiple projects? So for example, my main domain is UGNews24. This is my news blog website. So this is not the main purpose of the hosting. So what I'm going to do, but I'm going to use this one to demonstrate or to add this project on this particular hosting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create something called subdomain. So the subdomain will help me to treat my project like a separate project on this particular hosting. So that is the step that I'm going to begin with. However, if you've purposely purchased this hosting for this project, then you don't need to do what? To do the step that I'm going to do of creating a subdomain. So let me create a subdomain. So according to this interface, to create a subdomain, you just come here to where there is domains, and then click on what? Domains. Here in this section of domains, click on domains. So when you do that, these are different subdomains that I always use. So I'm going to create a domain called InverterTrack, a subdomain. So I'll come here to say create new, and then I'm going to create a subdomain called InverterTrack. So I'll put here InverterTrack like this, InverterTrack. If you want, you can put a dash if you want. So for me, I can just name it as one thing like this, InverterTrack. Then I put dot, and then I put my main domain, .ugnews24.info. That is my what? My inventory management system. So I'm in the subdomain where I'm going to be hosting my inventory management system. So after doing that, the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to create for it a folder in my storage. So I'll come here and just put InverterTrack, or I can just leave it as it is there. Okay, so let me just keep it InverterTrack, or let me just leave it the way it is here. So they're going to create for me a folder called InverterTrack.ug. Okay, in my project, in my file directory. Then I'll go ahead and say submit. So when I say submit, it's going to process and create for me a special folder called InverterTrack. So this subdomain is going to be pointing in this folder, so it can take a minute to process. So this subdomain is going to be pointing in this folder. Okay, so I'll wait for it to do what? To process. It can take 1 minute or more because it is going to register this one like on international hosting. So if you've purposely purchased this for the inventory management system, then you don't need to create a subdomain. So it's taking long. I don't know why. So as it is taking long, so the next thing that we're going to do, you're going to make our project temporarily public. Saying long, I didn't expect it to take this long. All right, okay, so as it is processing, let me put this tab here. I'm going to go to our project. So how do I go to our project? I just simply come here to GitHub and say view project on Git. Okay, so it will take me straight to the what? To where the project is. Okay, this guy is still creating. Okay, this is where the project is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this project to be public so that I can be able to clone it to my hosting. Let's do that. So let me first come here to Visual Studio Code. Open Visual Studio. View this project in Visual Studio Code. Yeah, and then come to this git ignore. This git ignore. I'm going to remove everything here. I'm going to remove everything. Maybe you can only leave dot. Okay, let's remove everything. Make sure that this git ignore, it does not have anything. Okay, if you're going to use a cPanel. so that you can be able to push even our vendor files. So remove everything in git ignore, then come here and commit, maybe say removed git ignore, commit that, and then go ahead and push. Okay, so this is going to make sure that it's pushing everything, even the storage and everything. It's going to be pushed on what? Online. So do that, remove everything in git ignore, and then push afresh. So it can take a minute to push because it's pushing even the vendor files. Okay, so if you're using shared hosting, you don't need to, everything in git ignore should be removed here in this git ignore. All right, so after doing that, now let's go ahead and refresh our repository. So I hope you're following the steps. So you can see our subdomain has been created successfully. So as this one is pushing, as it is pushing, let's see what is going on here in subdomain. So you can see our subdomain has been created. So you can come here and search inventor track. You see, it is here. It has been created. So after it being created, the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to check what is going on. Okay, so I can just simply come here back to cPanel, okay, to cPanel, and then come to file manager here, file manager. So when you come to file manager here, you should be able to see the directory. So come here to what's in Uganda, then I come here to, I can search inventor track, this one here. Can you see inventor track? It is here. So this is the place where our project is going to, we are going to place our project. So if you have purposely purchased this hosting for your project, then you just need to add it here in public HTML here. This will add it. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here to inventor track, this one here, inventor track, and I try to test. So I can just simply come here and add a file called index.html. Okay, and then I come and right click on it and say edit. Maybe I come here and put, so it is loading. I come here to welcome to inventor track. So I save. Now if I come to our subdomain, so this is our subdomain, inventor track.ug.ug.info. So when I click on this one, I should be able to see welcome to inventor track. Can you see? So it means that now this one is public and international, everyone can be able to see it. All right, so if your hosting provide SSL, so I can just simply come here and say SSL. If your hosting provide SSL, just go ahead and click on SSL status. Here, SSL status, and go ahead and update your SSL. This one can take a minute. Pushing these vendor files, it can really take some time. All right, so come here in SSL status and search for inventor track. However, these things are optional, so I can just come here and say I select the inventor track email and okay, www, and also without www, and say run auto install. So this one is going to install the SSL in our project, I mean in this inventory. So this one is provided by Hosting Bangladesh. Not every hosting will give you this. That's why I recommend this hosting. So if I come back, so I'm just doing this because this one is still pushing our vendor files. Okay, it can take a minute for sure. So if I come back to our domain, subdomain, and then try to search inventor track, you'll see that okay, the SSL are still being installed, but we'll be able to force SSL's redirection from here. All right, so our inventory is still pushing. It's still pushing, no problem. All right, so after doing that, the next thing that we're going to do, we are going now to clone. So as it is pushing, hopefully when it finishes it will be able to clone the vendors, but I'm not really sure that it will do so. Maybe let us pause for like 5 minutes and wait for it to push. I see it is having how many MBs? I don't know what's making it heavy. The vendor files. Let's just wait for it to push. Let me just pause the video as we wait for it to push. Have to be patient, nothing to do. So you only focus on it, it is faster. Okay, it has finished pushing, and it has finished pushing successfully. That is so beautiful to see that it has finished pushing. Okay, so make sure that you also wait and make sure that it pushes. That's the whole point. Make sure that it pushes after you have removed the vendor. So now after doing that, now the next thing that you're going to do, we are now going to clone our GitHub repository on our cPanel or into our cPanel. Okay, so I'll just simply right click here and say view Git on GitHub. So this is the repository. We're going to clone it on the cPanel. So the whole point will be we'll be making the changes, we push them on GitHub, and then we go on cPanel and then we pull them. That is how we shall be deploying the changes. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'll first come here to our project and make it public. Okay, so come here to settings and then come here to visibility and make it public. Okay, so I'll make sure that it's public. So I'll change it and make this repository public so I can be able to clone it. So I've finished making it public. So making it public, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the link of this repository. So maybe you can just be making it public when you're about to push, when after pulling you make it private if you want to protect your project. So I'll go ahead and copy I'll go ahead and copy the project link without the word settings, just the project link, the repository link. After copying it, I'll come to my cPanel. Okay, so we have finished creating the subdomain. If you mainly created this domain purposely for this project, then you don't need to create a subdomain. So after doing that, then go ahead and click on Git version control. So after clicking on Git version control, the next thing that you're going to do, you're going to go ahead and clone the project. Okay, so click on create. Okay, so this is the place you're going to clone the project. So to clone the project on your cPanel, okay, let me come again. You come and click on Git version control and then click on new. Okay, or create. So go ahead and paste here the link where your project is. Okay, after you've made it public, and then come here and put the link where your project is going to be deployed. So there are two scenarios. One first scenario, if you're going to deploy this project on the main domain, then go ahead and put public HTML, this one, public_HTML. Second scenario, if you're going to put on subdomain, then go ahead and put here the subdomain folder. Remember, we said our subdomain folder is this one, inventor track.ugins24.info. Likewise to yours. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in inventor track.ugins.info, this one here. Okay, so I go ahead and give this repository, make sure that you put in the right subdomain folder. I'll go ahead and put it in and create the name of the repository, how I should be referencing to it, which is inventor track web. So those are the settings that you need to do when you're cloning the repository. Then after, I go ahead and say clone. So you'll get a warning. They say that this folder already contains some files. So when you're cloning something, you have to make sure that there is no any file in that folder. So we're going to delete everything in this folder, in this subdomain folder, and then we clone it. So I'll open a new tab and then come here to the folder. Then come to settings and make sure that everything is not hidden. So click here and click here. Okay, and then save. Then come to the folder, which is inventor track, for my case, this one here, and then go ahead and select everything in that folder and then delete it. Just say delete. Okay, so the directory is empty. Then come back here and then clone it. So it will show you that has cloned successfully. So you'll have to wait. So here it is. So it is still cloning. So clone is complete. And then you can see, if you come here and search inventor track, you'll see that this is your project. It has been cloned successfully. So after doing that, there are other things that you have to do to make sure that the project is running. So after doing that, it means that next time you want to make changes, you just simply come here to manage and then say pull changes. Okay, say update, then it will be pulling. So if I click on update, it has the latest update. So you just push on GitHub, then come here and send update from remote. It will go ahead and pull or and update. All right, so after doing that, now the next thing you're going to do, we are going to create now. You're going to make this. Remember, our project was running on localhost PHP Artisan. So now, since that is online, we are going to go ahead and do what, and add a HTTP access file to make it run like a PHP Artisan project. So let me show how it is done. So I'll come here to our project. So if I click here on inventor track, you should now see that the project, it is having the files. So after clicking there, come and right click on this HTTP access. If it is not there, .http access. .http access. If it is not there, go ahead and create this file here in the top folder. Okay, remember, you have already said that you should not hide any file here under settings. So if it is not there, click there and then go ahead and create that file here and call it .http access, exactly as how I've written it here. You get it? So for me, it is already there, so I'm just going to edit. Right click and say edit. So this is our .http access. Okay, so come here and search Laravel .http access. Okay, you'll see some search results. Okay, so come here and click on first search result for Stack Overflow, and then look for the answer. I don't know now which one is correct answer. Let me try this one with 39 votes. Okay, I hope this one. If it fails, you try another one, but I believe it is this one. Okay, so I'll copy it, copy the way it is here, copy this one, and then come here to edit while you're editing and paste there. I think it's that one. Okay, and paste there. Okay, after save. So after doing that, now try to visit your project inventor track. Okay, let's refresh. Bismillah. I can see there is a problem. Additionally, 404 was error encountered trying to error document handle request. Oh my god, what is this? All right, we got this. All right, so another thing, I think this is a PHP version problem. Let's go ahead and increase the PHP version. So I'll come here, open my cPanel, and then come to PHP. So come here to where there is PHP manager. Okay, hope your hosting provider will do that. And then here to come where your project is. Okay, so if it is in public HTML, you target that one with your main domain. So for me, I'm going to target inverter track, which is this one. So I click on it, and then I make sure my PHP version is 8.1. So make sure that your PHP version is 8.1. So how to do that? You select this one and say PHP version should be 8.1. If your hosting provider does not provide that, you call them, give them a call, and they say I want my PHP version to be 8.1 at least. So if I come and refresh, still the error is there. Let's see, inverter track, let me make it 8.2, and we see it is still there. All right. All right, let me try to change .htt access to the one that I always use. This one that I always use. Let me see if this one will change anything. So delete, put this one, and save. Oh, it's the same. Save. Come and refresh. Additionally, 404 was not found or encountered while trying to read error document handle request. Hey, now these are the challenges that you face like a program. All right, let's try to fix. If they can't, then I'll fix it offline but I expected it to work automatically. All right, let me change to 8.1. After doing that, let me try to troubleshoot. Okay, let's see if everything is okay. Come to our inverter track. .inv is there, http access is there. What is missing? Our vendors are there. What is missing? Let me come here to, because if it is a project, it was supposed to work automatically, but of course you may not expect some things. Public, come to public HTML, come here to edit, index.html, come here and say die, put here maybe something like this and say if it is being reached. That's how you troubleshoot. Refresh, it is not being reached. Okay, so you can see the problem. Index file is not being reached. Let me come here, inverter track, regions.info.info, inverter track. It is not showing. Additionally, okay, let's search this error on GitHub. On Google. Are they saying Stack Overflow? They say we should add this one in our. We are using Apache. You need to create a http access public folder that looks like this. All right, let's try that. They say that you have to come in our public folder. These are unexpected in this public folder, and then in http access we add this. Let's try. Refresh, nothing. Put there to an only, refresh, nothing. Okay, let's see how we can fix this. Let's see how many minutes are remaining with. We're remaining with 8 minutes. Yeah, but it was supposed to work automatically, but you'll never know. How are they saying? That's to the right. I was spending a lot of time. These are GitHub, Apache. They're talking about Apache, not using Apache. directory symlink all, include the write mode. I'm not seeing a helpful answer. I was able to by adding an API. Let's see. Video track, the text access. All right, let's see if we add index.html here. I was expecting it to work without any problem, but if you put here stock index.html, if you remove everything in the text access, I think we've just spoiled our subdomain. Oh, what is this? All right, let's just do this one more time. If it doesn't work, then I'll work it offline. Let's create just one domain. With a dash. Maybe our subdomain has not propagated. Let me try it in a different browser. This is strange. Let's try. So let's try to clone it here. So I'll select everything and I clean. Skip. All right, after doing that, I come here. Come to GitHub. This one. Then come and get the link. Our time is up. Come and get this link of the project, put it there. All right. All right, and then let me try to clone it. So this is it. Has finished to clone. All right, let's try. Refresh. Okay, it has failed. All right, I'll try. I'll try on another server, and I see what could be causing this. Okay, so that's it for today. You can try it